Scholars, it's my favorite time of day, math time, silent celebration. Yes, before you get started, make sure you have all of your materials. You need your pencil, you need your worksheet with butterflies, your worksheet with kitty cats, and your worksheet with goldfish. All right, we're going to practice counting with our tens. Ready? So we did this a little bit ago. We said 10 and 1 is 11. I want you to do that with your hands. 10 and 1 is 11. All right, 10 and 2 is 12. Your turn. 10 and 2 is 12. My turn. 10 and 3, 13. Your turn. 10 and 3, 13. 10 and 4, 14. 10 and 4, 14. Last one. 10 and 5, 15. Your turn. 10 and 5, 15. Scholars, let me see your math muscles. Oh, so strong. I'm so glad you warmed up your brain with me. Point to the words as I read. I can model composition. That means putting things together, and decomposition, taking apart, on number of numbers to 5 using actions, objects, and drawings. So scholars, we're going to use different strategies to put together numbers. That's called composition. Let me see you say composition and put together numbers. And taking them apart, decomposition. Say decomposition. Great, those are tricky words. So we're going to use different strategies to put together numbers and take them apart. Okay, I want you to use your fingers to help me tell this story. Julia went to the beach and found 3 seashells. So use your fingers to show me 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Her sister found 2 shells. 1, 2. How many did they find in all? How many shells did they find together? Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great job, scholars. They found 5 seashells. Kiss your brain. Okay, it's time for a story. Scholars, once upon a time, there were a group of unicorns, and there was a pair of dragons. They got invited to go to a very cool party at a castle. So the unicorns got ready and the dragons got ready. They had to take a special path to get to the castle. So the unicorns took their path to the castle, and the dragons took their path to the castle. They walked to the castle. Now, scholars, if I were to take that castle and make it disappear, what do you think I would see? Let's see. Inside the castle, there were my unicorns and my dragons. They were eating cupcakes and tacos. They were dancing and laughing and telling jokes. They had a great time at the party. So, let's talk about that again. We saw our unicorns. So we have a group right there that we have a group of unicorns. How many unicorns do we see? 3. And we have a group of dragons. How many dragons do we have? 2. Great job. So we have one part of unicorns. We have one part of dragons. And we have our castle. We know that they took a path to get to the castle. And in the castle, we saw them all together. We saw them all together. So the unicorns and the dragons came together in the castle. Scholars, this is a very cool math tool called a number bond. Say number bond. Yes, and I know some of us have seen this before. It's very exciting. It's a way to organize our information. So in one circle, we have part. In another circle, we have another part. Those 2 parts follow a number path and make a whole. They make a whole. So part and part, and they come together to make a whole. Okay, scholars, let's look at this number bond and use this with another story. So we were walking in the park and we looked in the pond. In the pond, we saw different birds swimming. We saw some ducks. Ooh, that's one part. And we saw some swans. There's our other part. They are all together in the pond. So we're going to have them follow the number path and put them all together. There they are. So we just composed a number. We just composed a number and put it all together. How many birds did we have swimming in the pond? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 all together. Great job, scholars. Let's try this again. This time we're at the zoo. How can we organize our information? What's the name of that tool called again? Yes, a number bond. And notice how it's facing a different direction. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay because I still have my part and my part. They follow a number path and they make a whole. So first I'm going to put my zebras in one part. What can I put in the other part? Yes, I'm going to put my giraffes in the other part. And now they're going to follow the number bond. I'm going to compose them, which means put them together. And all together makes my whole. So how many animals do we have? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 zebras and 2 giraffes make 4 animals. Great job, scholars. You're catching on super quick. This time we're going to decompose a number. So look at the screen. What do you see? Ooh, lots of dinosaurs, lots of dinosaurs. We have our T-Rex and we have our Triceratops. And I'm going to put them in our number bond. So this is our whole. And how can I break those apart? How can I break those apart into 2 groups? Well, let's see. Let's put one group over here. So it's going to follow the number path. And what should we put, our Triceratops or our T-Rex? Yeah, I think the T-Rex sounds good. So let's put our T-Rex. And that means our Triceratops is going to follow the number path and come over here. This time, we took apart our number. We decomposed our number. Say that, decompose. We took apart our number. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So say 5 is made up of 4 and 1. 4 and 1 make 5. Yes, 4 and 1 make 5 dinosaurs. Great job, scholars. Now it's time to practice together. Go ahead and get your math sheet that has the butterflies on it. All right, point to the words on your paper as I read. Draw the light butterflies in the number bond. Then draw the dark butterflies. Show what happens when you put the butterflies together. So how many light butterflies do I have right here? Yeah, 2. So I'm going to draw 2 in my circle. Go ahead and draw your 2 butterflies. Now it says draw the dark butterflies. So I'm going to draw my dark butterflies. How many do I need to draw? 1, 2, 3. Scholars, if you're not good at drawing butterflies, what can you draw instead? Yeah, you can draw shapes. I'm going to draw circles instead of butterflies. All right. Now, I'm going to put them all together. I'm going to compose my parts to make a whole. So I'm going to put 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to draw 5 butterflies down here because I'm putting them all together. Go ahead and draw your butterflies. All right, let's do the next one. How many light butterflies do we see? 1. So let's draw our 1 butterfly. How many dark butterflies do we see? 3. So draw your dark butterflies. Okay, and now let's put them all together. Let's compose them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to draw 4 butterflies down here. All right, there we go. All right, thumbs up when you're done. Okay, let's move on to our next worksheet that has the cats on it. And I'm going to take an even closer look at this in a minute. So, what do we see at the top of our page? Yeah, we see some kitties that are just sleeping. They have Z's coming out of their head. And we have 2 kitty cats that are wide awake. Scholars, let's read our question. How many cats? And the cats look wide awake. So how many are wide awake? 1, 2. Scholars, great observation skills. Now, how many are just laying there super, super sleepy? 3. Great job, scholars. Let's read our directions. Draw to show how to take apart, that is decompose, right? How to take apart the group of cats to show 2 groups, the ones sleeping and the ones awake. So how many cats do we have all together? They drew circles to represent the cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have our 5 cats all together. How many of them are wide awake? 2. So I'm going to draw 2 circles in my part. And then, okay, so I have 5 all together. I'm going to draw 2. How many other cats do I have? Yes, 3. So I'm going to draw 3 in my other circle. So 5 is 2 and 3. Great job, scholars. Last 2 problems. Go ahead and get your paper that have the fish on it. I'm going to take an even closer look. Here we go. Read the words. Draw the blue fish in the first circle on top. So the first circle on top. Draw the orange fish in the next circle on top. So we're going to put the orange fish over here. Draw all the fish in the bottom circle. So we're going to compose them. So how many blue fish do I have? 1. So draw your 1 blue fish. How many orange fish do we see? 2. So I'm going to draw 2 circles over here. Now I'm going to have them follow the number path and I'm going to draw them all together. So how many circles do I need to draw? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw all 3 circles. Go ahead and draw your circles. Great. So how many circles are in this one? 1. And how many circles are over here? 2. Make. So 1 and 2 make. How many did they make all together? 3. Scholars, your brain is growing so fast. Great job. One more problem. Let's read that. Draw a square for each fish in the top circle. Draw a square for each goldfish in the bottom circle. In the last circle on the bottom, draw a square for each spiny fish. Ooh, that's a lot of steps. First, we're going to draw a square for each fish in the top circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to draw 5 squares up here. I'm going to draw my 2 squares for the gray spiny fish and my 3 squares for the goldfish. Now I'm going to decompose. I'm going to take them apart. And how many goldfish do we see? 3. So how many squares should I draw down here? 3. 1 square for each of my goldfish. How many squares should I draw for my spiny fish? 1, 2. Great. Now let's fill in our math sentence. How many do we see here? 3. And how many do we have here? 2. Great job. 3 and 2 make? How many do they make all together? 1, 2, 3, 4. They make 5. Great job, scholars. Scholars, today we used a new tool called a number bond. And that number bond helped us compose, put together, and decompose, take apart numbers. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun learning with you today. Kiss your brains, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.